All right. There we go. Okay, so good evening. This is the Thursday night Skills for Life class. It is the other half of the rapid eye model. And this is really the part of rapid eye where you get to learn new things and help change how you see the world. So if you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. So this is basically how to look at getting some different results. And tonight we are discussing thought. And we have our whiteboard, if everybody can see that. It's really tiny on my screen tonight for some reason. Okay. So at the top of our board is thought. And our thoughts are creative. And we're going to get into talking about that a little more later on. Thought is the start of our skills and is attached to all of them. They all kind of interwork with each other. Oh, where did it go?
Oh, there you are.
Did we lose the whiteboard?
I I thought that I would change over to you and not linger on it
Oh,
long.
okay, that's
If
okay.
you want me to go back, I can go back, but
Nope, we're good. I'll keep going. Just didn't know what was up. All of a sudden it disappeared. So, okay. So thoughts at the top, and then it goes to perception. Our perceptions are based on our beliefs, and everyone's perceptions are different. And that can tell you a lot of different, how you see things is all going to be about how you perceive things. Then it comes down to choice and accountability. We have unlimited choices. And when you can choose and then look at whatever it is you've chosen, then look at what comes around because of it. What is the accountability? And what how can that affect my future choices? Then there's cause and effect, like the law of the harvest and karma. What you put out is going to come back to you multiplied. Abundance and gratitude. Gratitude is so important. When you have gratitude for everything that shows up in your life, the life just flows better. And we receive what we put out. That cause and effect is it also works with um, abundance. What we put out is going to come back to us in abundance. Okay, then we have health and healing. And health and healing is important, especially to rapid eye, because we are so invested in the emotional and working with our feelings and working through traumas and assisting people to better their lives and to work through their stuff, that sometimes we forget about the physical. And health and healing is really important to have that in there also. And then the next one and the last one is harmony and rhythm, and working with nature's rhythms and our own rhythm, our own harmony in our lives, and how it all kind of works together. And all of those principles are affected by every one of them. But the main thing to know is it starts with a thought. So our thoughts are creative. And um what we think about, we create. Someone thought about this building and built it. Someone built the chair. Someone had to think, oh, how is this going to work, and what are we going to do to build this? And it's like last night I was laying in bed and I knew today that I would be moving a lot of my furniture and stuff from one room to another room. So as I was laying there last night, I was thinking in my mind, okay, I have this thing and that thing and this thing, and where am I going to put them? And I was thinking about all of this, envisioning it in my brain, because that's the cool thing about our brains. We can put together a whole picture of something in our mind, and it lives there and it's there, and you can walk around in it. You can think anything we want. And so it was really cool to think about, okay, where do I want to put this? And where am I going to put that? And how is it going to feel for me? And what's going to work for me to build this great thing that I want to have? And that's the cool part about thought is we get to create. We get to think of things we hadn't thought before, or, you know, make a new space for ourselves in our brains. I do have a video. Alan, can we do the Louise Hay one?
Okay.
This came up in my Facebook feed, and I was like, oh, that's the other cool thing. Whenever you're a facilitator and you're working on these classes, stuff comes up that you go, oh, that's perfect. And that was one of the things that happened with this video. It just popped up.
Excuse me? Certainly. Oh, I forgot to get the sound. Just a moment.
Okay.
Let's try this again. Let's see, it's been a little loud.
So the universe listens to us as well as AI listens to us.
Oh, stop share. Try again. Share. Okay. Share sound. Okay. Hey.
Thoughts are like drops of water. You drop a drop of water on the table here, and it doesn't mean much. But if you keep dropping and keep dropping and keep dropping, you get the table becomes a wash, and then you get a puddle on the floor, and then you can get a little pond and a lake, and finally you can create an ocean. And with our own thoughts, we can drown in a sea of negativity, or we can float on the ocean of life. And it's up to us. The thoughts we think accumulate. And what sort of puddles are you standing in? Or are you up to here? Or are you up to here and trying to paddle? You know, what are you doing to yourself? When we're willing to change our thinking, we can change our experiences. And it doesn't matter if you've got a big puddle of negative thoughts. You know, you can move over here and create a puddle of marvelous positive thoughts. You can make changes, always. So you want to turn those fear thoughts into positive affirmations. Let them work for you. One idle thought.
Okay. All right. So Linnell also sent me a video this week that talked about who remembers the water droplets experiment, where I think it was a Japanese researcher was talking at water, and they'd say positive words like love and light and those kinds of things, and it would form really cool crystals, and the water took on that energy. Or if they'd say negative things to the water, it would get all twisted and weird looking. And so they were talking about in this other video too that when you go to bed at night, to take a glass of water and give it your intentions. What is it you want to create? If we're creating all the time with our thoughts, what are our thoughts creating for us? So focusing that is really cool. And they said to hold a glass of water before you go to bed at night, and put your positive intentions into that glass of water. What is it you want to create? talk about it, visualize it, see it, speak it into existence, and then drink half of it. Set the glass down, go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, finish the glass of water. Because we're 70% water. And like Nancy said before, Nancy, her cat had been ill and she had been using that um, wand, the light therapy on water, and then giving that water to her cat. And it's health improved. And we can use the same thing with ourselves, drinking water like that. And just one little cup of water that has had that wand on it can be put with more water, and that energy permeates it and becomes one with it, and you drink that and you feel better. Your health improves. That's cool. So, and just it reminded me of that when Louise Hay was talking about the drops of water that each thought is, and that you can either choose to drown in the negative thoughts or float above it. Yes, Linnell.
I've been making, I got this new teapot because I burnt my other one up because I forgot it doesn't whistle, and I left it on and burnt that. Then I started burning one of my pans. So I finally ordered myself a teapot that sounds like a train. Okay. It's like
Oh,
super loud. Okay. So that I would stop doing that. So I've been making this tea, and then when I put water in it, and it's super cool teapot, it's all this sort of luminescent metallic colors. I really like it. And as I fill it with water, I say into it, you bring health to everyone. You turn a simple tea bag into total health and comfort. Anyway, just what Tanya described. Okay. I'm only on my third night. But then, and I say, because I know the power of sound healing, light, sound are the medicine of the future. And I say, when this loud teapot goes off, okay, that sound will send this health and steam through the whole house. Anyway, I made this big thing, da la 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 la, right? So then I make the tea, and as I'm drinking it, I'm thinking about all the thoughts that I said and everything that I put into it. I drink cinnamon tea because it's good for blood sugar. I give mom mullein tea because she needs it for her lungs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's both doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But I'll tell you, man, when that teapot goes off, what comes to my mind is, it's gone through the whole house. It's gone through the whole house. I'm so happy. And I run in there because it's louder than a son of a gun. You wouldn't even believe how loud it is. But guess what? I'm not burning the teapot up anymore.
that's
I'm
great.
getting there. Anyway, that's my programmable water story. But I sent that to you because I thought I'm going to do this with the tea every night.
Cool. That's so awesome. Yeah, and when I saw that, I just really thought about that, our bodies are so much water. And it's so important for us to drink water. But when you add that intention onto it, because I mean, I've even seen pictures where they've just like placed an object on some water, and then they took drops of that and froze it, and it'll look just like the object.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Water is so programmable. It's amazing.
Yeah, I need to try
And
that.
like you said, frequency. Um, I think it's amazing too. I love my Tibetan bowls. I love when you put a little water in the bowl. It changes the sound. And that water is charged with that frequency too. I give that to my plants and
During training, everybody often writes words with a Sharpie on their water bottle. with the intention that the water will be charged with that, whether it's love, joy, healing, whatever. And then as they drink it, and I also say, this plastic bottle will not harm me
Yeah.
in any way. So
Anything in this plastic bottle that my body doesn't need can just go on through.
that's right. That's right.
Well, it's like with this much power, because really it is power. Our brains are so powerful. I choose to channel that, to, to use that energy for good. And I had another video. Alan, it's the one with Oprah Winfrey in it. And she's interviewing a lady about her way of bringing about what her thoughts and
What
what
was
she
on your
wanted to
vision
make in
board?
her life with a vision board.
Okay.
What was on your vision board, though? What was actually on your vision board?
Well, first of all, Oprah, I tell people, some people have a vision board. I had a vision book. Okay? Vision book, everybody. So it's literally this thick. And I dedicated a page to all these different things, all these things that I felt called in my life. So I was a very single girl, had just got out of college, had no money, but I was at the Shakespeare Theater, Washington, D.C., one of my very first roles. And I had this big stack of magazines, glue, paper, scissors. Everyone's like, girl, what are you doing in between shows? But I just felt like this is my opportunity to chart my life. And so the first part is affirmations and goals. And then I started putting role models, and guess who's on there? You. And then after that, there's a page about marriage because I really believed God for marriage. And so there was this one picture I found in a magazine. There was something about it that just called me. And so I said, okay, I'm going to cut that out. And it was of this lighter brown skinned African-American man with a bald head. And he had this white t-shirt on, and he was laying back, reclined on a bed with a little baby on his chest that had a white onesie on. So I clipped it out. I put it on my marriage page in my book. Well, years later, I'm now married. I'm like, wow, this is manifested. I have had a baby. I walked into her nursery to check up on her during her nap, and I see my husband, a light brown skinned African American man with a bald head, a white shirt on.
Don't tell me he had on a white t-shirt.
Laid back on the bed, holding a little baby with a light onesie on his chest. And when I saw it, I said, oh my, wait, but that's in my vision book. And so as they were sleeping, I ran to the next room to get the vision book and literally had to open the page and look at that. And that's how I realized, Oprah, that vision boards and vision books, they're not just, oh, woo-woo, that there can be prophetic significance. And I really believe that through prophecy, it's a preview of coming attraction.
Love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And what I really cued in with her was the picture that she cut out of the magazine. She was just attracted to that. She didn't ask herself why or what's that about or anything. She's like, oh, I really like that. So I'm going to cut that out and save it. And then to have it absolutely come true in vivid living color right in front of her.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it makes me want to make a vision board right now.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I want to tackle also. Let's look at okay, so of course I've lost my thing because I went over there. Okay, there it is. Back to my book.
Well,
So,
while you're
activity.
finding that, I in my feng shui class, which I don't think you've ever attended yet, Tanya,
No.
but you take the significant events of your life on a page, and it's a book, okay, and you feng shui that trauma or that event, okay, or if it was an event you want more of, and you put the bagua on it, and you actually cut out pictures and change the trauma of that. And I'm thinking maybe at advanced and master this year, we should take a little bit of time and have all the materials out in the evening. We should do it. What do you think?
I think it sounds great.
Tyler, Alan, Vinay, you're coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should we do it? Should we
Yeah,
do
we
vision
should do
boards
it.
in the evening?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it.
Well, and in the past, we have had a pink box. And the pink box is up in the training room, and we had been writing things. Gosh, we've been doing this for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And putting intentions and things that we wanted to create written down in that box. And so we're going to kind of look at one thing tonight that we could add to
You
that
gonna take a
box.
bath now?
or,
Whoa, good
or
save.
add to that vision board. So
That's why it's nice to have those corners.
Okay, so
Time for new ones.
if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, or even if you just want to use your mind and write down in great detail one thing you would like to create in your life. Stress the importance of using every modality. So see it, hear it, feel it, taste it, and smell it. Describe exactly what it is that you want. For example, I am able to get a raise at work. I see myself with more responsibility, talking with leaders of the company. I smell my new corner office and taste success. This all feels natural to me.
Just a second, Tanya. Whoever that is talking, mute yourself so that I can hear Tanya, okay? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So if, for example, I did this last night when I was thinking about this room and moving all of my things here, what is this going to look like in that space? How will it feel? How will it taste? How will it smell? Think about all those things with this thing that you want to create in your life. Make sure you put a date on the piece of paper.
I wrote it on my bottle.
Okay, cool. Keep drinking that down then. So really think about what it is you want to create. Okay. Does everybody have one thing? All right. And if you would like to text one of us that thing, we will write it down and get it in the pink box if you would like us to. But this is also something that would work really, really well with that glass of water or a water bottle like Linnell's talking about, putting that energy into the water each evening before you go to bed. The other tool that we have that's wonderful is we can do an energy circle. So picture directly in front of you a circle on the floor. And if you've written it down, you can place your intention in that circle, or you can energetically put that in that circle. Imagine this creation that you're creating in 3D. Add in, what does it look like? What does it sound like? Feel like? Taste and smell. Make it as vivid in your mind as you can. Okay. Put all of that energy into your circle. So draw a circle on the floor, put those things that you want to create into that energy circle. And when you've got it all in there, everybody jump into your circle and then pull it up onto your body. Bring it in, tap it in, get it in there. Hey, who would like to share their experience of how that creation feels? Anybody want to share?
Well, sorry to be chatty Cathy tonight.
You're good.
I did mine because I am manifesting a lot of abundance right now, and I want to keep it going. But I was talking to my daughter-in-law, Grace, and she's got a 2-year-old, and I said, "Are you teaching the kids about abundance and how it's easy to have what you need?" And she said, "Yeah." I was just talking to him about it, and I said to him, first I said to Malcolm, "What do you want in abundance?" And he said, "Cards. I want playing cards." So she went, grabbed like 5 decks and gave them to him. Then she said it to the 2-year-old, and he said, "Apple." So anyway, it's kind of hard to tell, but this is him, 2-fisted, eating apples, one in each hand. Yeah, it was so. She sent me a picture, and I printed it out at Walgreens, and he's eating both apples. And his face is so funny. Look at him. He looks kind of like, yeah, I get to have everything I want my whole life. Isn't that a great message?
Yeah.
So cute.
I know. Great.
I love it. So awesome. Anybody else like to share?
I've been kind of sick, and I just felt kind of uplifted. And I thought to myself, oh, I could have been doing this all along. I should have remembered to try this more often when I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable or choosing again. For some reason I'm choosing this. Anyway, that's for me.
Yeah.
You led me right into the next video, Alan. So one of the things I'm very aware of is when I am in this space of creating and being positive and really making my life what I would like it to be instead of just reacting to the world around me. And I know I have a genetic predisposition to complain. I come by it honestly. It's a genetic issue. Both my mother and my father had it. And if things are not going my way, I tend to be pretty Debbie Downer and really get into the complaining. So this next video talks about what complaining does to your brain.
This is your brain before and after you complain. First, research from Stanford shows that your hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and emotional regulation, shrinks. And that doesn't only happen when you complain. Even listening to complaints for 30 minutes harms your brain. And we all know those people. Second, every time you complain, your brain releases the stress hormone cortisol. And long-term cortisol exposure literally kills your brain cells, shrinks your brain, and makes you more reactive, anxious, and stressed. And third, the most terrifying part, your brain is like a giant network of wires. Every time you think a thought or do something, your brain activates a pathway. The more you repeat that thought or action, the stronger that pathway becomes. So when you complain, you're strengthening the brain's complaining pathway. Your brain starts choosing it automatically, turning you into a negativity machine. And once this negativity circuit is built, your brain starts looking for things to complain about even when there's nothing wrong. So knowing this, do you still want to complain? This is your...
Okay, so friends, when you find me complaining, bust me on it, please.
Me too. I don't want to complain. I want to be happy.
I found it interesting that it increased cortisol. I was like, wow, that's huge. And I know I guess I'm really aware of it and I'm looking at it differently because my mom is going to be coming to live with me.
Holy cow.
I know. Holy cow. It's getting there. We have a concrete pad and stuff hooked up to it and the electrical stuff's getting done and we're getting closer. But I just when I'm around my mom, I definitely notice my fallback or my ability to just go right into that complaint mode. And it's for me, that's the one thing, because before this class, I'll sit down and read everything in the facilitator's manual about thought. I'll just skim over it. And then look at the videos I've got, and I'm trying to think in my brain what's going on with this for me. And I want to choose my thoughts. I what I focus my attention on. And that sometimes when the itty bitty icky committee gets going in my head, I want to be able to say, okay, I hear you. Thank you. Next. I'm here to focus on what I want to create, and the positive things in my life that I love, and being around the people that I love, and doing fun things. And we had a great time over Christmas and New Year's, playing games and just being with people I care about. And I want more of that.
That's
And
nice.
to have that time. And I think I'm also starting to, I think this year I turned 58.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so, and in a month Eric's going to be 59.
Woohoo!
Yes. Old man. And I you start to think about all the years behind you, and how many more do I have ahead of me? And I just want the years I have ahead of me to be filled with the things I love and that I want to create, and being able to assist people and to be there for them for their healing journey. And to do that, I got to take care of myself. And so it's really important to me to focus on those positive things. And these are just some things to remember that help. Does anybody else have any things that they do to help them focus their thoughts to what they want instead of what the icky committee is telling you in your head? I call mine Becky, by the way, and I just tell Becky, thank you, next. Anybody have anything to share?
I've got, I like the one, especially when I'm trying to, um, I've got, I'm worried about somebody else, or somebody else, what they're going through, to break that energy. And it's like I'm wrapping them in the gift of ultraviolet light and calling my energy back, wrapped in the gift of ultraviolet light back to me. Um, that's my reset.
Mhm.
That's helped.
Awesome. Good
And
example.
and patching
Yeah. Yeah.
has helped. Just patching 5-10 minutes each eye therapeutically. It does help.
Yeah. Well, and last year I talked a lot about Mel Robbins' book, Let Them. And sometimes I just have to laugh at myself, because stuff will come up and other people around me will remind me of things I've been talking about. Because, like, I had a situation where a friend called me and they were all upset because their family member had told them that I had done something that I hadn't done, and they were upset at me. And I mean, it went on and on and on. And I was so upset about it. And I went to Eric and I'm like, oh, this is awful. And, I started complaining and I was going on and on about how awful this was. Eric looked at me and said, okay, what is it? What is it that's really the problem? And I said, well, I try to be nice to people, and that someone would think that bad of me really hurts my feelings. And Eric looked at me and he said, let them. sometimes I can say these things over and over again, and I read about it and I learn about it, but can I apply it?
Yeah.
Not always. Sometimes it takes somebody reminding me, but then I was able to step back and go, oh, yeah, what they think about me doesn't matter. That's their problem. I can call and talk to my direct friend and say, that isn't what I intended to create with you. I love you and care about you, and that was not my intention. And I hope that that's not what you believe of me. And they sorted it out on their own. But I had to figure out, why did this bother me so much? Because things are going to come up in our lives, things are going to come at us sideways. And it's like, how do you react to it in that moment? And I felt so much better. I mean, Eric said, let them. And I just started laughing because it was like, oh, yeah.
You gave me my words back. I have one on you, Tanya, too.
What I do now?
In November, I'm not the typical woman. I hate to shop for clothes. I mean, I really do. I don't do it. And so I'll go years and years and years and wear the same training shirts and Anyway, my mom said, you really need to buy some new clothes, Leo. And I was like, oh. She goes, just get 3 new training shirts for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Just get 3, right?
Yeah.
So in my mind, I went, okay, I need to manifest 3 training shirts. I always, I love Amazon because I can just order whatever the Institute needs, whatever we need here, and it's just delivered, and I love it. Anyway, I thought that, and so I laughed my head off when I opened up your present. Tanya gave me 3 new training shirts for Christmas. And I thought, wow, thought is powerful. And I didn't even have to shop for them, and I love them.
That is so awesome. Wow, manifestation. I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
I'd like to share.
What was that, Cheryl?
I would like to share something. I thank Nancy for bringing that up and bringing your power back to you, because I think a lot of times I don't manifest. I manifest a lot, but sometimes I don't manifest because I'm giving my power away to out to different people. That's kind of committed to having holes in their bucket, and I just keep pouring. And so I thank you for that, Nancy, bringing that up, because I'm pulling my power back to myself. I'm doing a reset as well. So that reminds me to I can be more, I can manifest something different because I pull my power back to myself instead of spreading myself so thin. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to really work on that this year too, so I can create more things that I want. Because my daughter pointed out to me that a lot of things I do is codependent, but it feels like I'm being nice or kind or whatever, but people don't necessarily receive it the way I intend it. So I'm learning to just respect that, and like you say, Tanya, to just let them do whatever they want to do. So,
yeah. What they think of me is none of my business.
Can I share something?
Yes.
So my biggest thing this year is my health. My husband and I were in our 40s. I'm 42, he's 45. But we were talking about grandkids, like the future, right? Like when the kids get older, they find their spouse or their mate. What kind of grandparents do we want to be? Are we going to be the ones that are like, oh, we're so sick or we're tired, like we can't keep up with these grandkids? Because we talk about our children, but then here comes the grandkids in the future, right? But it's like we're all about our health. And so we put some meal plans. And I'm not talking about harsh diets because I don't believe that. I won't keep up with that. But I'm talking about healthy stuff because food heals the body. If you know what kind of foods to put in your body, and it gives you energy, like you could get your energy back. And so we're just so committed this year of that. And we started like a week ago already, like working out, and it feels great. And we get up 2 hours early before we go to work. And that's just my biggest goal. So I feel very clean, not just physically, but mentally. It just impacts each state of the body, right? The mental, the spiritual, the physical, all of it. And so we had a situation with our 22-year-old son. Him and his girlfriend broke up, and it was someone that he was dating at church. So the moment they broke up, like, it's funny because it's between them and like the whole congregation got involved, and they were spreading things, and it's just like my heart went out to both of them. And I read what you're talking about, Tanya, about let them, because it
Mm-hmm.
was really affecting not just my son and his ex-girlfriend, but the families, you know? And it's like, you know what? That's what I'm talking about. It's about your health, not just the physical, but the mental and everything. Let them talk. Let them do whatever they want. What is your intentions every day when you wake up? What's your intention when you go to church, when you go to work? Is it for that, or is it for your goals that you want to set? And so we just had literally a talk like a month ago, like, what is our intentions to go to church? It's because we want to be spiritually fed. We want to be closer to God. We're there to nourish ourselves. That is what's matter. Well, that's what matters. And it has changed the whole dynamic, the whole thought, the intention has shifted the energy. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been amazing to see that, you know, so there's more peace, and it's just, I just love what you're talking about, you know. And so the intention this year is our health with my family and that.
Awesome. That's great. Linnell, remind me, there was a chain of words that started with awareness.
Yes. Well, first you got to remember who you are, and then you become more aware of who you are, and that leads to enlightenment. Okay. And those three together equal peace.
Mm-hmm.
No person, place, thing, or event will have the power to break your peace once you are really practicing what I call the skills for life. Your thoughts, your perceptions, all of that. And the whole point of taking time out of your life to listen to this class, I hope, is that you live in more peace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just seems like when you have more peace, you have more joy.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of where I was at with the complaining. It's like now that I'm aware of it, I can shift that
Yeah.
and not let it knock me out of my joy.
There's a
And
book called You Don't Have the Luxury of a Negative Thought.
oh, cool. I will
Yeah,
look that up.
I read it years ago and it's so good. The other one that's little is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's
Hmm.
all small stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because things will come out of the blue at us. And it is all about what, when something comes at you, how do you respond? Do you react or do you respond? And what does it do for your system? Because I know I was getting all hyped up to the point, and it is all energy. And I was expending a whole lot of energy when I was upset. And I'd go in to talk to Eric, and oh, this is happening, and it's so bad. And I could have saved myself a whole lot of that if I had just remembered. Oh yeah, well, let them. It's it's not about me, and it is just energy, and what they think of me doesn't change who I am. I know who I am and what my intention is in my relationship with my friends. And if someone else perceives it differently, that's up to them. And I just don't want to spend my life getting all uptight about things all the time. It just doesn't work for me.
Well,
So
and this is such a good class because it all begins with your thoughts about how you think about what other people think. And do you want to get down and worship that God of what do people think? Or keep your peace,
yeah.
keep your enlightenment, your knowledge and awareness, use tools and skills and just relax into the process of your life. And I always tell myself, you can get as upset about this as you want, or you can do something else. Okay. You can just let them. You can just think positive thoughts. What's that other saying? What other people think about me is none of my business.
RuPaul says, unless they're paying your bills, pay them bitches no mind.
Yes, yes.
That's great.
Hey, is it a good time to do a demo?
Oh, yes. Alan wanted to share with us. People were asking about how to find the recorded Skills for Life classes. And so he was going to demonstrate how to do that. So I think if we click over, okay, so he's got the Rapid Eye Institute website up. Take
So
it away.
when you click on here, this will, a lot of you might use this, but you open a meeting. And if you come down, it's right there, recorded meetings. And we also have some music that's been created that you can also enjoy. But we'll go ahead and go to recorded meetings. We click on it. And it takes you right here. And here we have December 11th, December 5th, and these meetings here that you can watch and enjoy. They're all on YouTube. And they're all curated nicely. And each week we just added the next one on the top of the stack.
Cool, awesome. That looks easy to access.
Is there any questions or?
Just get to know the Rapid Eye website, okay? Because there's a lot of cool resources and freebies and all kinds of stuff on there, but you got to take a little time and get to know it.
Well, and you guys have been working on it, shifting and changing some things. That's great.
Thank you, Alan, for putting those on.
And so this also accesses the songs that you and Tyler have been working on?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing all that, because it's a lot to keep up with when you're technologically challenged. So thank you for making it easy to get to and easy for us to teach the new technicians and our clients and stuff how to access some of this. Because it's really important, I think, as technicians, because most of us on here are technicians, is to remember this is half of our model. And our clients need these. They really need to either join this class or look at the previous ones or do one for yourself. Have a in-person class. If you've got a group of friends that would benefit from this information, it is so good to relay this to our clients. They need it. People are really, really reaching out and wanting their lives to get better. And this is a big part of that. I've been a technician now, I think it's about, is it 8? It's 9 years since I went to the first training. Um, and it's only the last 2 or 3 that I've really focused on a weekly basis on the Skills for Life. And I've seen huge shifts for me, just keeping it in my mind and keeping it in the forefront of day to day. Oh yeah, there's that skill. Yep. Okay. Or, choices come up. Okay. What do I want to choose? How's it going to work? Let's look at the accountability. How did this work for me last time or not? It's so much, there's so much that helps your life just move along a little easier. So it's so important that we have these things ready for our clients to be able to use and that we can access them so easily. So thank you, Alan and Tyler, for all the work you do to have that for us. And I think they have a song for us tonight. Is it a new one?
Yeah, it's a new one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, great. Woohoo.
Here goes.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. I can see it turn on me, it's coming at me fast. Trouble's making friends with the trail of food I cast. Next time I won't carry such a heaping load of crap and leave the dead weight far behind, so I don't become my trap. Worry's a prayer for what I don't want, like a bear chasing me if I don't like it. What's with the food I give it to? I'll make the bear go on a diet and myself go on a live it, stretching life out to its fullest as I modify and move. I think and so I am, what's all around me simply can't with me play a hand. If I create the map, the moment that I plan to change surroundings that are the base for circumstance, my mind is where it's at. Worry's a prayer for what I don't want, like a bear chasing me if I don't like it. What's with the food I give it to? I'll make the bear go on a diet and myself go on a live it, stretching life out to its fullest as I modify and move. Saying that I can't is less than sane so far, not yet. What I land on finally saying is the thing I will project. What if it all works out? It's possible and true. There's no need to lie to myself to see a way or make it through. I'm not just stopping with the feeds, I'm starting with the deeds. My mind is on a track, the origin it needs. It's okay to have concerns, the same way I hold space for better things. The difference being the energy for it I make. Worry's a prayer for what I don't want, like a bear chasing me if I don't like it. What's with the food I give it to? I don't have to give the degree of charge upon which unwanted stories feed, and if I do, I'll cut the narrative and just let the charge release.
Sorry, give me a second.
Gosh, that was epic.
That was awesome.
Tyler, have
Did you
you?
hear you're saying, Tanya? What if it all works out? Did you hear
Yeah,
that? That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. I love it.
I thought of Tanya who said that.
Good. I love it. And the bears, like,
Put them on a diet.
Music is so powerful. I mean, we hear those things and we go, oh, it's true. And it speaks to both sides of our brain, and it's so amazing. So thanks for the creation. That's pretty great.
that was hilarious. And so right on. You know, it gives you something to remember. So in those moments where I find myself complaining, I'll go, okay, oh, what am I feeding? Am I feeding the bear?
So much. So good.
That's great. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to do that. Don't feed that bear.
my model is usually don't poke the bear, but now
Just feed the bear. I love it.
am I feeding the bear? Time to
Put
put
the
that bear on
bear.
the limit.
Right, put the bear on a diet.
Oh,
And you're on a limit. That's so great. I love it.
Excellent.
Very good, Tyler. Very good. Alan,
Awesome.
thank you, and Tyler again for everything you guys do, technology. We especially appreciate it because, you know, I don't even know how I raised my kids without a cell phone. I don't, but
It's
I
amazing,
did.
isn't it?
Yeah. And now that I do almost all my business on the phone, it's just amazing what a simple smartphone can do.
Yeah.
And you guys with this music and Alan and the website and all that you're doing, it's just great.
I
I'm
have
amazed. I'm amazed.
I created a song for abundance, and Tyler's making a video for the song. He said he thinks it's worthy. It's a good song. It'll be fun. It's designed, and if you realize that Tyler uses that frequency, it's designed, actually the song is made to kind of, if you listen to it, it will program yourself, with the positive message it brings.
Cool. Very
Yeah.
nice. Can't wait.
So cool. Thank you guys so much. Because you guys handling the technological side and then coming up with these great videos and stuff, it just makes our job easier. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's great. I'm glad to see everybody's smiling faces, all back from our holidays and time with family, and it's just good to see everybody again. And we're off and running next week. Linnell's got perception. Okay, and if anybody else is interested in teaching one of these wonderful video classes, get a hold of Linnell and say, hey, I'd really like to do such and such, maybe next time, next cycle through, and we'll get you in the schedule.
Well, at one time, Cheryl, weren't you on the docket for perception?
I think so. Yes.
Do you want it this week or next time?
Next time.
Next time. Okay. I'll do it next week and then you can do it the next round. How's that?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you're a technician and you haven't done one of these, consider it.
Well, the bus keeps going around.
Yep. Break out of your comfort zone. Create something cool. We all love to see what everybody comes up with. So, and it's good to get out of your comfort zone and try something and see where it goes. So,
if you want
Thank
to do
you,
a class, we will let you.
That's right.
we will. All righty. Well,
Tanya, you're amazing.
thank you. So are everybody. Y'all are amazing. It's so good to see everybody.
Take care.
All righty. Take her easy and have a good week.